Green. White. Thanks, testing. Good evening. We're about to start, and I hear some of your stomachs growling. So if we can find our seats, we can begin eating. Okay. It's good to see all of you tonight for a moment of celebration. And before we start, we're going to pray over the meal and obviously our time together. So if we can bow our heads for a word of prayer, and then we'll start serving us. Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, your word says, in the beginning, God created. And Father, you are the beginning. You are all about beginnings. And today we're celebrating a new beginning. And we would like to receive your blessing upon this moment, Lord. And so we're asking for thy Spirit, we're asking for your presence, so that we can honor you and honor those who have come thus far, Lord. And we ask that you bless this food, and thank you for it. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you.
We'd like to ask everybody to take their seats so that food can be served. And we'll need to take orders from you, so it's important that you're at your seat. Sorry to disrupt the fun. Too intense?
seconds. Can we start taking our seats? Can we please start taking our seats? I know there's lots of fun out there. The fun can continue, but after the ceremony. Thank you, guys. I've got, I won't tell any jokes because I need 30 seconds, I was told. We're good? All right. Oh, I heard a yeah from somebody too. Young. Well, welcome everybody. This is our 2023 White Coat Ceremony. A beautiful day. It's a day of celebration. My name is Dr. Raul Ayala. I serve as the medical officer for ambulatory care and DIO, which is the director over graduate medical education. Happy to be here with all of you. I have met a lot of you, whether in person or virtually, but I do want to thank all of you for being here and your families, friends and families that are here to celebrate tonight. Others that are here, I want to thank for being here. I know we have some city and state leaders here, and as well as our communities that are represented well. So I just wanted to thank everybody for being here because it is a special day. And I know I've talked about, what I've kind of talked to the first years because they're our guests of honor, I would say, tonight. And it's about, it's about the moment in time. And those moments in time that you never really get back. And so I think of a lot of, I was in your shoes as a first year in 2009. So it's been a while. But the feeling, I always like the feeling that you get when you've, as you guys have seen, for you to be sitting here today, it's taken a road. And you guys know that there's bumps in the road, and it's been ups and downs and a lot of sweat, probably more tears, and a lot of unknown. A lot of I don't know, but it's special because I was talking to the third years now. Can you believe that? Third years that are sitting there. You were just here, and time flies, and we don't get to come back and buy more time. And so today it's about celebration, and so I want to first open this up with congratulations to you first years for joining Adventist Health residency program. So I first want to start with that applaud. So let me just tell you, we're going to do a lot of applause tonight because it's about celebration and gratitude. So tonight is about celebration and gratitude. But I want to first start off with a verse that really comes to mind when I think about the celebration and what we've talked about with you first years. And this comes from Matthew 22:1, and it says, "For many are called, but only few are chosen." I'm going to say that again. For many are called, but few are chosen. And so when I think about that, I want you guys to think about this, and not only for you, but also your families and what you all have gone through. In 2022, there was 14,000 applications across the United States for family medicine. There was 10,000 applications across the United States for internal medicine. We here at the Central Valley Network had a combined 3,000 applications for both Hanford and Tulare programs. There's only 6 spots for family medicine Hanford. There's only 6 spots for family medicine Tulare. There's only 4 spots for family medicine Sonora. And there's only 4 spots for internal medicine Tulare. So as you think about what I just said, Matthew 20:21 says, "For many are called, but few are chosen." You are the chosen ones. So absorb that, let it sink in, and let that be part of your celebration. So if you think about where we started, I wanted to give you guys context of where we started in residency programs. So in 2005, the first family medicine residency program, it was a rural track from Loma Linda. And so what ended up happening was you would spend a year at Loma Linda and for a year, and then you would come to Hanford for your second and third year. And we have some folks in the audience that are still part of that generation of when Hanford first started their program, but it was a 4-4-4 program. And in 2016, Hanford Central Valley Network became the sponsoring institution, which means we could host more programs, and we could be a first-year site throughout the time. In 2020, so 4 years later, we have 18 Hanford Family Medicine residents. In 2021, the following year, we had 24 total residents. That included Tulare. In 2022, we have a combined 36 total residents. Yeah, you can clap. But something happened in 2022, and we worked hard for our rural track into Sonora, and we worked extremely hard to get our Tulare internal medicine program. And so with that said, there is a total of 44 residents in training as we speak today. We have over 50 agreements with medical schools and university and colleges. We have a partnership with the simulation lab with the California Health Institute, or I would say California Health Sciences University in Clovis. And I have to really stop to think about where we are right now as I went through that timeline. And many of you that are sitting here as residents, and really what we've done together, I want to just take a moment here, because it's actually something that we need to comment on, is that on March 11th of 2020, there was a life-changing event. That was the pandemic. So the pandemic was declared on March 11th, 2020. So many of you were either in medical school, you were trying to figure out residency, many of you were in residency. So there was a difficult time. As of March 2023, we get closer in time, there has been 6.3 million COVID-associated deaths in the world. 1.1 million of those were in the U.S. Only 70% of our population in the U.S. got fully vaccinated. So what ended up happening throughout that time in 2020? And this is where I'll expand, because I want to tell you about something that happened here, since many of you are new to the Central Valley, even California, and even this network. So in that time, and many of you that are sitting out there, and I'm really proud to talk about what happened. We were in uncertainty. We did not know what was going to happen. We didn't really know what COVID was. And what ended up happening was we had a collective, which is, I think, the beautiful part of the communities came together. And not only did we have interactions with our counties, our state offices, our federal offices, our world offices of the World Health Organization, because we needed to figure out what we were going to do. So as we think about what happened there, many of you, and I'm thankful of all your residents that were doing COVID testing, you were doing drive-through vaccines. You were in the schools. This was after school. This was on the weekends. You were taking care of patients in the hospital. A lot of these things were happening, and we just did not know what was going to happen. And the reason that I wanted to bring that up is because what has happened really is it's really transforming, and we have to look at our past history to think about where are we going in the future? What does healthcare need to be like? What do we need to envision that's going to change healthcare for the rest of our lives? And so I think this is an opportunity for us of what we've learned, because what we've learned is that healthcare, the way we were doing it, is not sustainable. It's not. There's not enough money, and there's not enough people to do it. And so I'm really proud of what we've done here and the timeline that we've gone through, because where we started is not where we're headed. But I really like to take these moments here and really think about and celebrate how far we've come. Because that's part of our mission, and that's part of your mission now, that you will help and join and further our message about health. Many of you will be involved with community medicine, inpatient medicine, substance use disorders, mental health, looking at things in a very different lens than we were in 2020 of March when the pandemic started. What do we envision as a organization in looking at education and the future of doctors, the future of the workforce of healthcare, is that we need to continue to modify what our curriculums need to look like, what our healthcare needs to look like to address what we're currently going through and what we're going to face in the future. So people think about, well, what will be the next pandemic? Well, we have to be ready for that. And I think through education is how we're going to get there, not only for continuing medical education, but graduate medical education. And to be very, very clear about where we're headed is, we want to address the inequities. We want to look at health equity. We want to look at the whole person care, and this is what you're going to train in. So there are many of you that, have a notion of, many of you are physicians. Now you are physicians in training. So what does that mean? That means that you are now in an institution that will embrace your education to further you being a board certified fellow in your specialty. That's what I envision. But most importantly is the institution will not just build physicians of tomorrow. What I want to build, what we want to build here is future leaders of tomorrow. Not just the doctor anymore in the clinic. The doctor needs to be in front of the health organizations. They need to be advocating at the state level. They need to be advocating at the federal level. We need to advocate about the inequities that we see day to day. And that's what this institution, that's what these programs are going to do. They're going to help you, they're going to build you, they're going to give you the tools for tomorrow. Because we have a commitment to you here at Adventist Health Central Valley Network that we're going to do that. And so with that, I think it's important that we think about how we got here. Because that's the gratitude part. So as we think about, this is something that I really want us to really acknowledge. If you have family members here, or you have friends, or you don't have family here, take a moment to really think about all the days that you went through and turn their way. You don't have to get up, but turn their way and say thank you. So please do that now, because these are moments in time. And if you don't have family members here, there's other residents. If you're a third year or a second year or an incoming first year, turn to your residents and say thank you. And please do it and clap for them, because Now, I want to further this a little because I think it's important. All of this work, this beautiful night, this what you have in front of you, is there's always people in the back. The people in the back behind the people in the back. As you guys can see with if you've ever gone to a play, there's all those people that are pulling up and go that way, go this way. There's all those people that make things really nice. And so I have my gratitude towards people that have allowed me and have given me the privilege and the trust and respect to lead our graduate medical education. But I want to start off with some key folks that I want to thank. And they always say, no, don't, it's you guys, it's no, but I have to. And this is coming from me. None of this is possible without our leadership. And in the back of that table, the way back there, there's some executives that we could not do without. Ms. Andrea Kofold, our president, who is our leader, she's waving her hand. Ms. Sonia Rain, our operations executive, who can also wave her hand, but she doesn't want to. Lori Taggart, who's our chief nursing officer. Dr. Carr, who is our chief medical officer. Tim Haydock, who's our chief finance officer. And I don't know Sherry Pereira, she's our executive over the Tulare Hospital. And then there's the people that are just always with you and always are in the back making sure that everything is just right and just enough. The warmth, and she always says, no, you don't got to say anything. But today I have to, because it's about gratitude. Jeanette Katanch, who's sitting there. Please wave both of your hands, Jeanette. She's our graduate medical education administrator. Much love, Jeanette, because without you, I don't think none of this I wouldn't be. But I do want to thank our coordinators, Elisa, Brenda, Sarah, Carlene, where are you? Wave your hands. And I do want to say a special thank you to Carlene and Brenda especially. Thank you for your perseverance to get these programs off the ground, because it hasn't been easy. And really, I'm gonna continue because I'm here. But there's other administrators. There's other administrative directors that are out there in the crowd. There's managers. If you wave your hands, directors, managers, medical directors. There's an associate executive, Jennifer. Jennifer's out here. Jennifer, wave your hand. Thank you so much. The reason that I say these and the reason that I keep talking about these folks is because this is not done by a single person. This is done by a whole collective team coming together to do the right thing. And I don't want to leave out, because I can't, our executive managers and assistants. They're very important. Hannah, Crystal, Melania, I don't know where you guys are, but you're always in the background. Thank you so much. Oh, there they are. And I'll leave you with this part, and I'll leave you with this gratitude, the thank you. These guys and gals are in it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They don't take time off. If there's an issue on Christmas, they're going to do it on Christmas. If there's an issue in New Year's, they're going to do it in New Year's. These are the guys and gals that make everything happen for these programs, and that's Dr. Khan, Dr. Strunk, Dr. Personius, and Dr. Gavini. These are your program directors that we have entrusted, that they have taken these programs by the arm and saying, we're going to get this done. And I do want to mention something that's really key to you four here, internal medicine, because that's special of what I'm about to say. Dr. Gavini and I have been, and Jeanette, we've been working on internal medicine for a while. And this is a quick aside story. And we said, you may be able to get this application in, and you may be ready for 2024. I said, well, why do you say maybe? This is what I asked. Well, because if you want, you could try to do outside the match, and you have about 2 months, give or take. So I said, there's a chance. So they said, yeah, there's a chance. So I said, okay, let's do it. And the next person I needed to turn over was Jeanette. And I said, Jeanette, do you think we can do this? And she said, yeah, why not? And I turned over to Dr. Gavini. He said, yeah, let's do it now. And why I'm giving you that example of the people that are here is because that's who we surround ourselves with. Not how we can't, but how we can. And that is a testament to what we're all about. And what is it that we're all about? We're all about making things happen. Yes, there's uncertainty. But we have leaders that are going to put these programs through. So you now are inducted as first years. But I wanted to give you a background of where we've come and where we're headed. So what do I see for tomorrow? And I've said this before. I want white coats all over the clinics and white coats all over the hospital. And right now I think of 44, sorry Miss Andrea, but I think of 100 more residents. 100 total residents. I know Miss Andrea, I know. But I see it as the only solution to bringing more healthcare to underserved areas. And what I mean by thank you. And what I mean by underserved areas is we are in the most underserved areas of the country. And you would think to yourself, well, where are we headed? What do people think? Where will we be? And I was talking to Dr. Martinez earlier, and he said, well, what are you up to? And I said, well, we got the residency, and we're really happy about tonight. But I'm going to tell you where we are and where we're headed. And just a glimpse of where we're headed. So tomorrow, I will be taking a flight to Chicago because I will be going to the headquarters of ACGME at the corporate office up in Chicago. That's Miss Andrea's backyard, where she talks to me about the hot dogs. But it's special. And the reason that it's special is because it's a combined, I'm one of 4 panel members. So envision one of 4 people. 175 invitees, the ACGME corporate office, with the medical specialties governing body that governs all medical specialties across the country. And on that panel is the DIO for UC Davis, the DIO for Johns Hopkins, and the DIO for University of Massachusetts, the UMass Hospital, and Harvard Medical School. So if you think about where we're headed is where are we now? We're at the table, and that 4th person is Adventist Health. That goes to show about where you are today. We don't need to be Harvard. We don't need to be Johns Hopkins because we're Adventist Health Central Valley Network, and you guys are the future of tomorrow. I'm Dr. Raul Ayala. I'm proud to be here in front of you. Thank you, and we'll get started with our presentation. Now I will invite for the part of our program where I'll invite Dr. Strunk, Dr. Personius, Dr. Khan, and Dr. Gavini for our program. Thank you all.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Joshua Strunk. I am the program director for Hanford Family Medicine. I am here to acknowledge my wonderful staff and core faculty, some of which I know where you're sitting, some of which unfortunately could not be with us tonight due to illness. The first person I want to mention is Dr. Beto. He is not here with us, but he is absolutely intrinsic to the program. He's been with the program since its inception, and we owe him a great debt for all the time that he has spent with us. Dr. DeCastro is sitting to my right. She is the first graduate of Hanford Family Medicine, and she is still here teaching us core faculty. Dr. Javali could not be with us because she is out of the country, but she is a wonderful addition to our program, one of our core faculty on our didactics chair. Dr. Kotler, who could not be here because he just had surgery, but he is our Psych D, a wonderful gentleman who integrates behavioral health directly into patient care and is a wonderful addition to our program. And Dr. Pallav, which I have not seen her tonight, but she is our inpatient family medicine faculty and responsible for a great deal of what our residents learn on the inpatient. So I just wanted to acknowledge them before you and give them a round of applause.
Good evening. I'll introduce myself. I'm Dr. Matthew Personius. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Lloyd's here.
I tell you, I'm new at this job. Dr. Lloyd is our family medicine obstetrical specialist and is absolutely key to our program's success. He's sitting right over there. I'm so sorry.
All right. Thank you. I'm Dr. Matthew Personius. I am the Associate Program Director for the rural track, which is in Sonora. We're based out of Hanford, and as Dr. Ayala told you, we we're really just getting underway with our first class of residents, and we're extremely excited. I'm just going to sort of echo Dr. Strunk's gratitude, the way I see it. Everybody who has done all the work of the past 10 or 15 years down in Hanford has laid the foundation for what we're going to be doing today, tomorrow, and that includes both here in Hanford and also in Sonora. I also just wanted to briefly mention my personal debt of gratitude, and I think everybody here would agree with me, to Dr. Patri, who can't be here tonight, but she has been extremely influential to me, helpful to me, and really been a sort of a guiding light for me over the past year and a half as I've been working through this process of getting the program underway. So couldn't have done it without her, and extremely thankful. I'm very thankful to be here and looking forward to the rest of the evening.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mohammed Khan. Thank you, Dr. Strunk and Dr. Personius. Thank you, Dr. Ayala, for the warm welcome to start this lovely evening. What a beautiful gathering it is here today. Good evening, everyone. It is great to see all the wonderful smiles and all the excitement that there is. I think from the Tulare side, a lot of excitement. Congratulations to the incoming group of residents. Make us all proud. You've joined Adventist Health. From Tulare Family Medicine, Tulare Internal Medicine, Hanford Family Medicine, and Sonora Family Medicine. So, I mean, just like Dr. Ayala said, 44 residents joining Adventist Health. Welcome, and congratulations. Congratulations also to the Tulare and Hanford residents who are advancing into the second and third year of their residencies. What a wonderful achievement. You all have made it. Congratulations also to the graduating residents. We're going to see you in a few weeks graduate, and wonderful. You guys have definitely made it. And let me tell you, although you might be glad that residency will be ending soon, you will certainly miss these days, like a lot, and cherish the memories in the years to come. So just know that. I want to start off with gratitude. I'm a first-generation immigrant and come from a humble background. I'm really honored and privileged to be standing here today in front of all of you, representing Adventist Health as the program director of the Tulare Family Medicine Residency Program. It's an honor and a privilege. I consider myself blessed to be part of this organization, an organization where we get reminders to pray and reflect and thank God for all the fruits of the successes and all the differences we make in the people's lives. All thanks is to Almighty God, who is most gracious and most merciful and brought us all here today in this wonderful gathering. I joined Adventist Health actually exactly 1 year ago, in June 2022, and it's been a wonderful experience. Since my joining, we have achieved significant milestones. Many of the milestones have taken us to standards which exceed some of the ACGME standards, and I think Dr. Ayala would agree we've done a lot for Adventist Health, for our program. I could not have done this myself, so I'm up here. Although I'm up here speaking, I cannot but thank all the people who've made a significant difference to our program to make sure that we achieve this success. So starting from our leadership at Adventist Health and our GME department, we could not have done this without you. So thank you for your support and everything you have done for us. To our faculty who have been extremely dedicated in advising and training our learners, starting with Dr. Limer, if you can raise your hand. Thank you for everything you do for our program. She's our family medicine and obstetrics attending and does a lot for our program. Moving on to Dr. Eden, who could not be here today, but he's the medical director of our clinic, and he's our core faculty as well. Dr. Joseph, I don't think I saw her. I don't think I saw her today, but anyway, we're very grateful to have her join as core faculty soon as well. Dr. Butler, who is our behaviorist faculty, thank you for everything you do. And Shane Jimenez and his team at our clinic that supports us and does everything for us. So thank you, Shane. And of course, Sarah Sammons, how can we forget her? She is the glue that holds our program together. Our inpatient faculty, which includes Dr. Tiwana, Dr. Singh, and Dr. Viranian. Our specialist faculty, which includes Dr. R.C. Hernandez, Dr. Diaz-Martinez, Dr. Schur, Dr. Gavini, Dr. Kawaji, and Dr. Lasher. And our hospital, Tulare Hospital, which supports us, including Dr. Kaur and Sherry Pereira, so thank you for everything you do for us. And most of all, to the incoming residents, this is your night. You're a part of our family now. We have great expectations from you, but you should be very proud of your accomplishments, your hard work, and your dedication, which has brought you here. Make a positive impact on everyone around you. Congratulations to you and your families. In a few minutes, you will don your white coats. With your white coats comes great responsibility. So please know that. You should be compassionate and honest. You should be caring and collaborative. You should hone your skills and challenge yourselves with critical thinking and problem solving. You should remain lifelong learners and seek feedback for continuous self-improvement. You must value your colleagues. You should welcome diversity and be inclusive. You must stand up for justice by focusing on health equity and social determinants of health for your vulnerable and underserved populations in our communities. I wish you all the best in your residency journey. I look forward to seeing all the great things that you will do in the days, weeks, months, and years to come. Welcome to our residency program and welcome to Adventist Health.
I'm Dr. Gavini, Program Director for Internal Medicine. I think Brenda warned me that there are no speeches, but Dr. Khan gave a big speech. So now I have to give a small speech, at least, Yeah, I'm so happy to be here, and I'll welcome the faculty, distinguished guests, and most importantly, my 4 talented individuals. And welcome to the inaugural Adventist Health Tulare Internal Medicine Residency Program White Coat Ceremony. 10 total words, I just couldn't make it out. And as you don your white coats for the first time today, remember that this symbolizes not only your entry into medical profession, but also a commitment to excellence, compassion, and pursuit of knowledge. Throughout the coming years, you will experience the tremendous joys and more than occasional frustrations in the practice of medicine, which is changing all the time. You'll be challenged intellectually, emotionally, and physically. But you always remember that you're not alone. We are all here to help you. You have joined a community of dedicated educators, experienced physicians, and fellow residents who will always support you. We are here to foster an environment of learning and growth, one that encourages curiosity, innovation, and the pursuit of knowledge. You will have the privilege of caring for patients with a wide range of medical conditions, honing your diagnostic skills, and mastering the art of compassionate communication. But let us not forget, as Dr. Khan eloquently said, that the practice of medicine extends beyond the walls of the hospital. Our patients really come from diverse backgrounds, and I mean that it is essential to understand the social, economic, and cultural factors which influence the health. So I've been practicing here for 33 years. Sometimes I feel, am I in United States? So that's where we are at when Dr. Ayala says that it's one of the most underserved community, and it is true because you will experience for the next 3 years. And to serve this kind of community is nothing but a blessing that God has given us. And as you begin the journey, I encourage you to approach each patient encounter with empathy, humility, and a willingness to learn. To all the families and loved ones present here today, thank you for all your support for the residents, and your sacrifices and encouragement have made this day possible. As you witness your loved ones donning their white coats, please share in their joy and take pride in their remarkable achievements. And again, and I have to say this, I thank the leadership of the organization for their unwavering support of GME. Thank our wonderful president, Andrea Kofel, and a team of executives, Tim Haydock, Ori Taggart, Sonia Raina, and our excellent CMO, Dr. Govinder Kaur. And what can I say? Special thanks to our dynamic DIO, Dr. Raul Ayala, who wears many hats, and for his passion in his service to our communities. He's always there to help us and start something new, and he's passionate and energetic, and you will see that in the next 3 years. In closing, let us remember that medicine is not merely a profession, but a calling. It's a privilege and a lifelong commitment to service. Our mission at Adventist Health of living God's love is something we are proud to embrace and try very hard to incorporate in our daily lives. The journey you are undertaking today will shape lives of countless individuals, and I have no doubt you will all rise to the challenge with dedication and integrity. I would like to congratulate all the interns who are coming into the program, and especially my Adventist Tulare Internal Medicine Residency Program interns. Wear your white coats with pride and let them be a symbol of exceptional care, compassion, excellence that you will bring to your patients. Together, we will make a difference in the lives of our patients and the communities we serve. And may God help us and bless us all in our mission. Thank you, and I will introduce my faculty here. And please say hi to Dr. Pelayo, who is going to be our APD. He's right there. He's also an energetic person with a lot of experience in research, and I'm really proud to have him as my colleague and my help in conducting this program. And Dr. James Simmons, He's our hospitalist, fantastic, cool guy, and I'm so proud to be calling him on my team. And my good friend and excellent endocrinologist, Dr. Prem Sahasranam, an individual who has accomplished quite a lot, and you will know him, and he's doing an innovative work which is impacting the lives of a lot of people, not just in the Central Valley, but it's going to be throughout the country. And he's into diabetic care and education and things like that. Well, that's my team, and I have also Dr. Bezwada. I don't think he's here. He's our internal ICU and critical care director. He will be on the faculty. He's one of the core faculty. Well, welcome again, and I'm sorry I took a long time, but Dr. Khan is to blame.
So I think at this time we're going to invite Dr. DeCastro to come up and to go over our matriculating class.
Good evening and welcome. I'm honored to introduce our Hanford graduating class of 2023. Please stand as I call your name. Dr. Joshua Arvizu. Dr. Tricia Bautista. Dr. Vikram Dillon. Dr. Hugo Lopez Mendoza. Dr. Ruth Lopez. And Dr. Ayo Omole. Take your seat. Our upcoming PGY3s, we have Dr. Komal Kaur. She's not here? Okay. Dr. Tommy Matin. Dr. Lena Mazin. Dr. Justina Marcus. Dr. Umar Rashid. And Dr. Kang Win. Our upcoming PGY2s, we have Dr. Natasha Ahmed, Dr. Kavya Chavali, Dr. John Pinches, Dr. Asim Singh, Dr. Anthony Trin, and Dr. Tiffany Yu. And our PGY16, yours truly. Thank you.
Okay. So our Tulare residents, family medicine residents who are advancing from the second year of residency to the third year of residency, I also like to call them my guinea pigs. They are the ones who started the program in Tulare, and they have set quite the pace for everybody. So I'm going to name each one of you. Please stand up so we can acknowledge you. We have Dr. John Asenjo, Dr. Joel Asunto, Dr. Shweta Chervu, Dr. Joseph Medella, Dr. Melody Namani, and Dr. Christopher Norayer Terzian. Congratulations for advancing into the next level. Then we have our Tulare residents who are advancing from the first year of residency, PGY1 to PGY2. Congratulations to all of you. Again, the same rodeo. We'll say your name and then you stand up, please, so we can acknowledge you. We have Dr. Sharifa Begum. Dr. Mandeep Kaur. Dr. Patrick Matian. Dr. Otito Oriacosa. Dr. Ewing Pinches. And last but not the least, Dr. Oliver Sabalboro. Congratulations to all of you for advancing from first year to second year of residency. Next, I'll pass on the baton to Dr. Lloyd for the white coat presentation.
Welcome to all these fine new physicians here. It's going to be a privilege getting to know you over the next few years. You can see your white coats over here. Isn't it exciting? Yeah. You can ask our third years about what the journey has been like. But we're very excited to have you all here. I'm supposed to give a little background to the history of the white coat. We see doctors and nurses kind of switching more from black to white back about the 18th, 19th century. Then that was a time when sterility, antibiotics, the scientific method was kind of taking over. It kind of represented more of a evidence-based medicine. We see that trained surgeons followed by physicians began wearing long white lab coats, kind of to distinguish themselves from different snake oil healers of the time. We see that it represented a symbol of authority, but also of compassion, a symbol of education. And we now see that a lot of medical schools are doing white coat ceremonies with the short white coats. You'll notice in residency, we transition to the long white coat. And so what does this mean? I would invite all of you new residents to think in your minds what it means to be a physician, what it means to wear the long white coat, what it represents. When I look back to residency many years ago, I remember transitioning from medical school to residency, and everyone's calling you doctor, saying Dr. Lloyd, and you're looking over your shoulder, you're like, who are they talking to? Getting used to being called doctor and the authority that comes with the white coat takes a little bit of a transition, and sometimes you wonder, am I worthy of this education or this honor? But you guys are. You've worked hard. We've heard your stories coming through the interview process, and it's you all have amazing backgrounds and stories. So as you put on this white coat, remember what it represents. We will have our physician's oath in a little bit. So remember that, and we're so excited to have you guys here.
All right, because we are sister programs, associated programs, Dr. Personius and I are going to do this together, and I will introduce the Sonora residents, and you will have the honor of putting on their coat, and then we'll switch. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to be introducing the Hanford residents and giving a little bit of background about each of them. So when I call your name, please come on up. First, we have Dr. Ranjitha Kancherla. Dr. Kancherla grew up in Andhra Pradesh, India. She went to medical school at the GSI Medical College. And when asked what made her consider or be interested in becoming a physician, she said that in her remote hometown that she grew up in, she was a witness to lack of primary care and how much patients struggled as a result, and she really wanted to help those in need. Okay, next is Dr. Oh, I'm sorry. We're doing one at a time. I forgot. Next, Dr. Sana Khan. Dr. Khan has a great cheering section. She grew up in Rawalpindi in Punjab, Pakistan. She went to medical school at the Islamic International Medical College there. Why did she want to become a physician? As she was developing her desire to become a physician, she spent time working with impoverished communities, and that had a profound influence on her and helped her to realize that medicine is not just a profession, but a calling to serve others. Hear, hear. Okay, next we have Dr. Mohammed Mansour. Dr. Mansour grew up in Downey, California. He went to medical school at St. George's University. And Dr. Mansour says that since childhood, he wanted to contribute to the greater good of society, and he felt that there was no better way to do so than by being a physician. Dr. Mansour. All right. Next, Dr. Zina Kader. Dr. Kader grew up in Erbil, Kurdistan region of Iraq. She went to medical school at Haller Medical University. And Dr. Kader wanted to become a physician because she felt that family medicine is the medium that will allow her to serve communities and guide them toward better health and a better quality of life. All right, next, Dr. Navya Sakamuri. Dr. Sakamuri grew up in Khammam in Telangana, India. She went to medical school at Mamata Medical College. And she says that growing up with her grandparents in rural India significantly impacted her journey to become a physician. She witnessed bias, and that taught her compassion and nurtured her desire to become a healthcare professional. Okay, and last we have Dr. Mantha Vodapalli. Dr. Vodapalli grew up in Hyderabad, India. She attended medical school at MNR Medical College in India. And Dr. Vodapalli says that her foundation for becoming a physician was rooted in her desire to have a positive impact on people's lives and to serve others in need.
All right, next up, Sonora. Dr. Alem Abraha. Dr. Abraha grew up in Asmara in the Horn of Africa, went to Trinity School of Medicine in St. Vincent. Dr. Abraha wanted to have more direct impact and connection with his patients that he couldn't get as a pharmacist in addressing health issues and health literacy. All right. Next up, Dr. Jeremiah O'Connor. Dr. O'Connor grew up in Concord, New Hampshire, went to Touro University, and goes by the name Jerry. Jerry's journey to medicine was inspired from growing up on a remote island with limited access to health care. Excellent. All right, next, Dr. Stephanie Sanders. Dr. Sanders grew up in Simi Valley, went to Touro University in our own California. Dr. Sanders enjoys intellectual challenges, helping patients and building relationships through healthcare. All right, last but certainly not least, Dr. Robert Verghese. Dr. Verghese grew up in Riverside, California, went to Ross School of Medicine, St. Michael in Barbados. Dr. Verghese was inspired to become a physician after witnessing the struggles faced by the underserved when access to health care is limited. Next, I believe, is Dr. Kahn and Dr. Limer.
Congratulations to our Hanford and Sonora family medicine residents. Fantastic. Now we will go with the Tulare family medicine residents. As we call your name, just come over here and we'll take some pictures. We're incredibly proud of you. Welcome to Adventist Health once again. So in order of your last names, Dr. Seth Clark. Dr. Clark completed his medical education at the Universidad de Medicina in Mexico. He's originally from Belize, was living in Keene, Texas before moving here. Languages spoken other than English are Spanish and Patois. Why he chose family medicine, he stated that he admires how it embraces the medical sciences of the human body. Welcome, Dr. Clark. Next up, we have Dr. Gurleen Kaur Johal. Dr. Johal completed her medical education at the Punjab Institute of Medical Sciences in India. She's originally from Jalandhar, India, was living in Seattle, Washington, and has family in Fresno. Languages spoken other than English are Hindi and Punjabi. Why she chose family medicine, she stated that family medicine offers great heterogeneity and allows one to focus on the needs of their community. Welcome, Dr. Johal. Next up, we have Dr. Biju Kalumkal. Dr. Kalumkal completed his medical education at the Xavier University School of Medicine in Aruba. He is from Los Angeles. Languages spoken other than English are Spanish and Malayalam. Why he chose family medicine? Growing up, he always thought of a physician as a healer of all. Welcome, Dr. Kalumkal. Next up, we have Dr. Tegan Nguyen. Dr. Nguyen completed her medical education at the American University of the Caribbean School of Medicine in St. Martin. Originally from Vietnam and lived in Orange County and Hanford, languages spoken other than English are Korean and Vietnamese. Why family medicine? She stated that she has a strong interest in OB and enjoys seeing patients of all ages. Welcome, Dr. Nguyen. Next up, we have Dr. Theodore Yasko. Dr. Yasko completed his medical education at the St. George's University School of Medicine. His hometown is Glendale, California, and Schenectady, New York. Languages spoken other than English are Russian and Spanish. Why he chose family medicine? He said it will be rewarding to build deep and meaningful relationships with patients of all ages. Welcome, Dr. Yasko. And then last but not the least, we have Dr. Johnson Yeboah. Dr. Yeboah completed his medical education at the University of Ghana School of Medicine and Dentistry. He is originally from Ghana, was living in New Jersey before he moved here. Languages spoken other than English is a Ghanaian language called Twa. Why family medicine? He has a strong interest in preventive medicine, continuity of care, and the long-term relationships with patients. Welcome, Dr. Yeboah. Congratulations to all of you for joining the Adventist Health Tulare Family Medicine Residency Program. Make us all proud with your great work. Thank you, Dr. Limer, for being here. Thanks.
Glad to be back here again. So let me introduce you our internal medicine, Tulare internal medicine residents or the interns for this year. In no particular order, but this is Brenda's order, so I just have to follow that, So I can assure you, my residents, I'm not going to murder your names. You should be proud that I'm from India. I have 56 alphabets in my mother tongue, so I can hopefully pronounce your names and your hometowns accurately. I feel like I'm in a graduation ceremony where they have about 100 students in Sanford West or other places. The people will be pronouncing name, try to be as accurate as possible. First intern is Hasham Masood Qureshi. Dr. Qureshi went to medical school at Ziauddin University in Karachi, Sindh. His hometown is Hyderabad, Sindh, Pakistan. My hometown is also Hyderabad, but it's in India. His languages spoken are English and Urdu. His hobbies are he enjoys cooking and a multitude of regional and international cuisines. I'm hoping for a nice biryani from Hyderabad. He takes great pleasure in hiking, long drives, and traveling to new countries. I don't know whether that is feasible or not, Anyway, we welcome Dr. Qureshi to the program. Next on our list is Dr. Bukhtawar Munir. I hope I got it right. Dr. Munir is from Amir Uddin Medical College in Lahore, Pakistan. Her hometown is Sarai Alamgir, Pakistan. Her languages spoken are English, Punjabi, Urdu, and Hindi. That's great, all 4 languages in the region. The hobbies include playing badminton and reading books. Dr. Munir, welcome to the program. Next we have here is Alekia Gadam, Dr. Gadam. She is from Mamata Medical College in Khammam in Telangana in India. Her hometown is Warangal, Telangana, India. Languages spoken are English, Hindi, and Telugu. Her hobbies are loves to cook and bake new recipes for her friends and family whenever she hosts parties at home. Wow. And blogs about food to her friends. Enjoys watching sports, especially cricket, and playing throwball. Welcome, Dr. Gadam.
My memory card is full. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. All right, 1, 2, 3.
The last intern we have is Chris Albert Dye. He's from Davos Medical School Foundation, Philippines. I'm sure I got it wrong. It's in Davao City, Philippines. Spoken languages are Tagalog and Hindi, English. The hobbies are basketball, playing guitar, and singing. And Dr. Dai also was a cardiologist in Philippines, so I'm going to outsource a lot of my teaching to him. I'd like to invite Dr. Sahas and Dr. Simmons to the stage, please, to take a picture. Thank you, Dr. Simmons, for giving us a little longer stage time here.
For you first years internal medicine, you're going to have fun with Dr. Gavini. I guarantee that. At this time, I mean, can you just, now that we have the white coats, it's a beautiful ceremony. And I really think it's the start of a lot of good things. As we conclude, there's a couple of things that I want to leave you with, but before I do that, I'd like to call you back on stage for your first years together. If you can do that now, please come back. All of you first years coming back, and please congratulate them again. Yeah, so if you can, this group is getting long. So let's go. Yes, but we're not going to do a picture yet. No, not yet. So if you can move this way, because I'm gonna turn to you guys, because I want to address you fine folks, first years. You're tall, my friend. How does it feel? Good? A lot of smiling faces. It's a beautiful image that I see in front of me. You don't see it from my point of view, but it's a lot of hard work, a lot of tears, a lot of sweat, and again, a lot of unknowns. But remember, many are called and only few are chosen. And each and every one of you has been chosen to do that right thing. But I want to leave you with something. We at Adventist Health have our own mission, and values. Our mission is living God's love by inspiring health, wholeness, and hope. Our vision is that we will transform the healthcare experience of our communities by improving health, enhancing interactions, and making care more accessible. Our values: integrity, respect, compassion, and excellence. This mission, vision, and values will be interwoven into every clinical encounter, every experience, and every person you encounter during your training. We must deliver on the promise to ourselves, to those in need, to those that are suffering, to those that have no voice, to those that are not represented. My commitment to you today is that we at this institution will do everything in our power to assure you have the best experience in your training and have all the confidence that our program directors, our faculty, our chief residents, and coordinators will support you through that journey. Our mission, again, is to bring more doctors to underserved like where you are today. But I'll lead you with this. The most important thing that we must value is the value that we bring to our community. You're set forth in this journey as first years, but there's a lot more to come. Be ready, open your hearts, open your minds, open your souls to the care of a human. I know that God has chosen each and every one of you to be here today. And I know that you're going to be great physicians, not just today, but for the rest of your lives. Please join me in congratulating the first year class of residency. At this moment, we're going to start to take pictures, but I want to thank you all for coming in tonight and being a part of this today, because it was a beautiful ceremony with a lot of thought and a lot of love there. And I do want to thank every one of you, but I also want to thank the state legislator for being here tonight. from the office of Devin Mathis and the 38th Assembly District, we thank you for the gifts and recognition. But all of you, family and friends, thank you for being here. You guys have a good evening, and now it's picture time. Thank you. Who is coming up for the oath? Thank you, Dr. Lloyd. I'll turn it over to you.
You can leave it here. You can leave it facing this way.
All right, go for it.
So just like Dr. Ayala mentioned, we take our mission, vision, and our vision statement and mission very seriously here at Adventist Health, and we have a modern covenant, physician's promise that we want you guys to hear. We won't make you repeat it, but we're going to read that to you, and we hope that you accept this calling in your vocation as physicians. If you guys want to raise your hands. In honor of the calling entrusted to me as a physician, I promise to fulfill to the best of my ability this covenant. I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those physicians in whose steps I walk. I will remember that learning is a lifelong endeavor and gladly share this knowledge with those who are to follow. I will remember that I treat people, not illnesses, and will apply all measures available through both the art of medicine as well as the science of medicine to bring healing in all aspects, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I will remember that each patient, colleague, and team member is intrinsically valuable and deserves my compassion, respect, and understanding. I will do all I can to educate in the prevention of disease, for prevention is preferable to cure. I will be honest and forthcoming as I educate and communicate the consent of therapeutic options with my patients. I will respect the decisions of my patients, as well as the privacy and confidentiality entrusted to you. I will not be ashamed to seek help or the skills of another to offer the best care needed for a patient's recovery. I will remember that I, like others, am prone to error, and when I make a mistake, will humbly seek forgiveness, correction, and improvement, and will generously offer the same to others. In matters of life and death, I will do the utmost of my ability to protect and respect human life. I will remember that I remain an integral member of my family and that by supporting my family as well as other families, I am strengthening the health of our communities. I will use the opportunities given to me to uplift and promote health principles, policies, and opportunities for all within my community. May I always act to preserve the finest traditions of my calling, and by doing so, may I experience the joy, the true joy that comes from serving those who seek my help. And by God's grace and Spirit, may I be faithful to this covenant and live a life of love by inspiring health, wholeness, and hope to all I encounter. Thank you.
And now it's picture time.